Um, what if I told you that a popular theory with a has a major critical flaw in it? What is this popular theory? It is called the Big Bang Theory. All right. All right. My name is Brian Bowen. I've been a Christian for 13 years, and I've been a defender of the faith of Christianity for 3 years. I go to Liberty University, which is the largest Christian college in the world. I have a 4.0 GPA average. Hopefully after the speech I will continue to have that. Alright. Now, my purpose is to help you understand a critical flaw, a law that's called the Law of Conservation of Angular Momentum, and it is a serious hindrance to a theory called the Big Bang Theory. It puts the whole thing into question. Alright, first I'm going to define essential terms, starting with the Big Bang Theory. Alright, this quotation is by Dr. David A. DeWitt, page 144, Unraveling the Origin Controversy. He says the Big Bang, on page 144, he says the Big Bang Theory is a descriptive secular model to explain how the universe began. According to this model, the entire universe, all the matter and all the energy, were in a single dimensionless point of essentially infinite density and temperature. For unknown reasons, about 13.7 billion years ago, this point began to expand. And they often describe it like blowing up a balloon, you know. According to the textbook understanding of this singularity was spinning faster and faster and getting hotter and hotter until finally it expands. Some Big Bang theorists deny the whole explosion, and some people deny the singularity spinning, but just the same, when it expands, all the gases and atoms were coming together and they form a circle and stuff. Alright, next is the conservation of angular momentum. Alright, this is a very technical definition, but bring it back. This is a very technical definition, but I'll explain it in a minute. Principles in physics. A principle in physics, the total angular momentum of a system free of external torque remains constant in retrospect of transformation and interactions within the system. This citation is from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. And this is a good example of conservation of angular momentum at work. In the conservation of angular momentum, like if you have a merry-go-round going really, really fast with children on it, going really, really fast, and they're hanging on, and when they finally give way and they protrude out from it, they will go the same direction as the merry-go-round. Another good example of this is ice skaters. Ice skaters, when they're going around in a circle, they have their partners, and then they kind of go off from each other. The ice is frictionless, of course, so that nothing can hinder them, and then they spin the same direction. Also, you know that the ice skaters, whenever they spin and everything's outward, they seem to go so fast, but when they bring everything in, they go faster, right? Okay, because they're conserving the angular momentum, you know, right there. And keep that picture in mind when we get to the end and we talk about the sun's angular momentum. Alright, there are planets in retrograde rotation. Retrograde means reverse rotation, okay? See, technically, according to the conservation of angular momentum, everything in the universe should be spinning in the same direction. But it's not, if the universe started the way Big Bang theorists claim that it does. Alright, both Venus and Uranus is in retrograde rotation. Alright, and we'll show the quote. Okay, Venus. This one's from Why Venus Spin the Wrong Way by Harold Franzen, published in Scientific America. It says, Our neighboring planet Venus is an oddball in many ways. For starters, it spins in the opposite direction from most other planets, including Earth, so that on Venus the sun rises in the west. Now, let's get Uranus in there, or as my wife likes to say, Uranus. Okay, according to the Strange Spin of Uranus by Gene Muscoli, but imagine being on the planet Uranus. There you get really confused about north and south because Uranus spins on its side. Its rotation is about 90 degrees off the vertical. This means that its polar axis points toward the horizon. If it is spinning counterclockwise like Earth, we can easily fix one of the poles as the North Pole, but most scientists think that it is actually spinning slightly less than 90 degrees. This would mean its rotation is retrograde. So actually, we should be calling the South Pole the North Pole. Alright.
You're up to 6. We're just going to have to do this, babe.
Alright, that's the moon Triton. I'm going to talk to you about moons in retrograde rotation. This quote is from the Solar System New Discoveries produced New Mysteries by Dr. Dwayne Gish and Institute for Recreation Research. Okay, moons caught in retrograde orbit. Okay, the 5 moons or satellites of Uranus move exactly in the equivalent plane of the planet, and they revolve in the same direction as the planet rotates. Their motion is also retrograde. Of the 31 planetary satellites in the solar system, 11 exist at retrograde orbits. Now I'm going to show you a galaxy that's spinning backwards. Alright, it's called the NGC galaxy. Alright. According to Hubble Reveals Backward Spiral Galaxy by Hubble Site News Center, it says that a galaxy captured by the camera of the Hubble Space Telescope seems to be rotating in the direction opposite of what it should. Most spiral galaxies have arms of gas and stars that trail behind as they turn. But this galaxy, known as NGC 4266, has 2 leading outer arms that point toward the direction of the galaxy its rotation, according to Hubble researchers. Alright, the significance of this. Alright, this produces a very big significance on the conservation of angular, or on the Big Bang Theory as a whole. The conservation of angular momentum does. Okay, now listen to this quote. This is from the same guy, Dr. Dwayne Gish from Institute for Recreation Research. Okay, says no theory on the origin of the solar system has been able to explain the fact that although the sun has 99 to 6/7% of the mass of the solar system, it possesses only 2% of the angular momentum. Thus, the planets are revolving around the sun at such high speeds, while the sun is revolving so slowly, that the planets possess 98% of the angular momentum of the solar system. Alright, Q&A session. Alright, any questions?
If the planets are spinning faster than the sun, then how fast is the sun really spinning?
It's spinning really slow. It only possesses 2% of angular momentum. Imagine the speed of the solar system in a manner of 100%. 98% of that speed is the planets. 2% of it is the sun. Again, imagine the ice skater spinning around and outside so fast, and when he pulls himself in and he crouches like this, and all of a sudden the speed starts speeding real quick.
So actually, what you're saying is the sun is spinning at let's just say about 40 miles an hour, and the planets are spinning about 80.
Yeah, basically. I mean, probably a lot more than that, but but you get the picture. Yeah, it's going a lot faster. Anybody else? Or any other questions? Okay, that's good then.
I got a question for you.
Okay, what?
Do I really have to say it? Let me see. What was it? Because you brought up. Oh, yeah. If the Big Bang Theory was actually really correct, wouldn't it, when it exploded, as in the Big Bang, wouldn't it just keep expanding and expanding and expanding? Because there's no friction. As on Earth, since there's a friction in the air, you'd have it slow down and actually stop. As in space, wouldn't it keep expanding?
Well, in the case of that, the way the Big Bang theorists and evolutionists and the ones that support the theory would actually sit there and would actually say that the Big Bang doesn't actually say it explodes. It says expand. And as far as expanding forever, they would actually agree to that it does expand forever, because the galaxies are consistently expanding according to Edwin Hubble's discovery in the 1920s about the redshift. But as far as I would not really necessarily disprove the Big Bang theory as a whole, but I do feel like the conservation of angular momentum, it does.
Is Pluto in retrograde?
Pluto, they don't know quite if Pluto's in retrograde or not. They think it might be, but they don't know. Pluto used to be a planet, but they demoted it as a planet. But it possibly might be. Your computer says plug me in. Alright, that's it.